Welcome to lesson 7, and in this lesson, we shall look at how the first two trigrams, Qian and Kun, are formed. And we are able to understand this from the prehistoric, primitive way. And from here, you understand why trigrams are drawn this way. And when you understand the meaning of any trigram, you can understand the meaning of any hexagram, because we know a hexagram is just a combination of two trigrams. So the guy that invented this was called Fu Xi, and I'm sure you can remember what he first observed, the two concepts of yin and yang. Fu Xi observed nature, and he's wondering, whenever he look up, he's always see the sky. The sky is very vast, the sky is very strong. Have you seen a weak sky before? No, right? And you see that the sky, there could be clouds, there could many layers of clouds, right? So how do you draw the sky? Maybe I think you ask a child, maybe the child will draw the sky this way, right? And there are many clouds, so they could be this way, and there could be this way as well, right? So Fu Xi realized that there are actually many layers of the sky depending on where you go to, right? But you understand that in the past, there were no writing material, so Fu Xi has to simplify the drawing. So instead of so many curvy lines, he decided to just make it a straight line. So the sky just make up of many straight lines. So he just draw many lines. And after that, he realized, like that is a bit too troublesome. Why draw so many? Thereby, Fu Xi decided that let's have a system of three, whereby three will represent limitless. So he decided that from now on, three means limitless. That means there are more than three. Just like today, how we write, normally we put three dots. That means there are more than three. It is limitless. With that, he will just draw three lines to represent the sky. And we all know the sky is also the universe. So Fu Xi will draw the sky, and this is the first trigram. We call it Qian. Qian is just made up of three solid lines. You can remember from our earlier lesson, we said that there is the yin and there's the yang, whereby the yin represents something that is not moving and the yang represents something that is moving. So when you look at the sky is always moving, right? You see the sun will move from the east to the west, and then you will see clouds moving. But no matter how, the sky is always there. And we all know today it's not just the sky, it's actually the universe. And we all know the universe is always moving, right? So the first trigram is actually the sky. And of course, sky in Chinese is called Tian. But Fu Xi decided that he need to have another name, because last time he doesn't want his other opposing tribes to know his new discovery. So remember, if you are going to go for hunting, go for fishing, you don't want to let the other tribes know what you're doing, because there's a lot of competition, right? There are limited animals, that kind of thing. So he decided to use another name, and he called it Qian and not Tian. Some of you will wonder, why call it Qian? Why don't call it some other thing? Because Qian to Fu Xi 7,000 years ago, it means something that's very strong, that's something that is very mighty. So Qian Gua, the Qian trigram, is just made up of three solid lines. So the next one, after he had drawn the sky, guess what he has to draw? Of course, he has to draw the ground, right? Because if I look at the ground, you actually see the ground. And you realize that the ground is actually not like the sky. The ground is always broken. As usual, Fu Xi will draw, and then he has already decided that three means limitless. So he will just draw three broken lines, right? He just make out three broken lines, because the ground is always broken, right? Even today in a very urbanized place like Singapore, you see the ground is always broken. It's never straight, right? And the ground is broken because there are drains, there are rivers, and it is just simply represented by this trigram. We call it the Kun Gua. It just make up of three broken lines. So the ground, as usual, Fu Xi will need to create another name, and he called it Kun, because Kun simply means the ground. If you look at the word Kun, it has the Tu, which simply means the ground, right? and it has the Sen, which means actually it is extending. So the ground is Kun, and this is the second trigram, and it just make up of 3 broken lines. So ladies and gentlemen, these two are the first 2 trigrams of the Yijing, and they are the Qian and the Kun. I want you to remember how they are drawn, and I actually want you to also understand how they are formed, because Qian and Kun are the 2 most important Gua in entire Yijing Ba Gua. You know, the Chinese always use the term 春满前, 官福满堂 during Chinese New Year time. Qian means the sky above and Kun means below. And when the Chinese, they actually pray, they normally pray 3 times. In case you wonder who are they praying the 3 times. Of course, not praying to the same person. The first entity that prays is actually the Qian, the sky. Because you need to thank the sky. Without the sky, there's nothing, right? Next, you need to thank the Di, the Kun, because the ground is there for you, right? Imagine the ground is not there for you, it's broken and it goes down. Then, of course, that's called earthquake and you will die. So, firstly, if you are still alive today, you need to thank 3 entities. First entity is the sky, the universe. Next, you need to thank the Kun, the ground. Next, you need to thank who? Of course, you thank the people living in this earth. And Chinese always respect the people that are no longer here, so they always thank their ancestors, maybe your grandparents, whoever, like so-called ancestors. Because without your ancestors, you won't have the knowledge. Because Chinese culture is a lot about accumulation and passing down of knowledge. So this is the Qian and the Kun. These 2 are the most important Gua of Yijing. Once you understand this, we can go straight to the next, 3rd and 4th, and that is the Kan and the Li.